Hello everyone, Shaun's here. Welcome back to my channel where I do wholesome and family-friendly content for all ages. Haha, I certainly wouldn't want a second strike on my humble channel at all. Alright, whatever. YouTube is the bad, and let's move on to the video. The game we'll be looking at today is called Yariste Mesbuta Pump and Dump. That is single-handedly the worst name I've ever seen. Also, for some reason, this game has a different name on the Steam store page, which is called Yarimono. So make sure to install the patch if you want to play the actual game. Upon starting the game, you're introduced to a world full of these creatures called Yarimon, and people train them to battle each other. Where have I seen this concept before? In this world, there is something called a star disk, and its purpose is to capture wild Yarimon and make them your ally. Everyone can use a star disk as long as a star ore in the middle is shining. But there's just one kid that can use a star disk, as he cannot make the star ore shine for whatever reason. And this loser of a kid is what we'll be controlling as the protagonist of this game. Although this kid, Futa, can use the star disk, he does have a rather unique Yarimon that's listening to his command, and he can even communicate with it. Chikepu is a rather peculiar looking blob monster that is also Futa's best pal. One day, while Futa is getting bullied by his childhood friend Hikari, and she uses Chikepu as an ESP form punching bag, Chikepu suddenly learns a skill called the Cheat Tackle. With the Cheat Tackle, Chikepu easily destroyed Hikari's Yarimon, and Futa finally won against her after losing over 99 times in a row. As the winner of the battle, Futa gets to have sex with her because it's a hentai game, that's why. After some steamy actions, Futa went back home and now his star finally shines for the first time in his life, and he can now catch wild Yarimon. After witnessing this miracle, Futa decided to go out to the world and aim to become the very best that no one ever was. The main goal of Yariste Mesbuta Pump and Dump, God I hate this name, is to become the Yarimon champion while progressing through the storyline. The only way for your Yarimon to become stronger is by challenging random trainers along the way. The most unique thing about this game is definitely how the combat works. Every Yarimon has its own element and weakness. They can evolve after reaching a certain level, and there are a total of 151 Yarimon for you to discover. Wow! This is the most unique idea that is Pokemon. It's just fucking Pokemon. There is no need to even hide the fact this is just a Pokemon game that also has hentai in it. Because of how similar this game is to Pokemon, I mean it's almost one-to-one, I don't think I need to explain the combat mechanics any further since most people know how Pokemon games work. The only different thing about the combat of this game is how much easier it is compared to Pokemon. You have fewer Pokemon types to worry about, fewer moves, no nature RNG. Catching Yarimons is much more simplified as you can just capture them if you beat them, and there's no capture rate or such. You also have an incredibly OP move called the Cheat Tackle, a sure hit attack that will one-shot every single Yarimon in the game, with the only downside of being able to use it once in a battle, unless you switch the difficulty to easy, which you can use Cheat Tackle for how many times as you like. Having Cheat Tackle as a core mechanic is somewhat of a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it made the game a whole lot easier to go through, but on the other hand, it also made the combat extremely dull and boring, as all you have to do is just use the same move over and over again. Ironically, that is also how I play Pokemon as well. I just spam the same powerful move for every encounter that I have. But overall, it's just Pokemon combat, but less exciting. Also, a lot of Yarimon's designs are ass. Whenever you're battling another trainer in Pokemon, have you ever thought of, I want to have sex with her? If you do, then you're in luck. Because this game is basically just that. If you win against another trainer in this game, you can have sex with them. Every single female trainer in the game has at least one scene, and there's a total of 67 of them. Some of them even have more than one scene. In terms of the amount of scenes and characters, this game definitely did them wonderfully. The art style is good, and the expression is a little over the top. I think the only thing that made me unable to fully enjoy the scenes was the X-ray thing. The thing that you can see the insides of the girl's body when they are doing the thing. I usually don't hate it, and I even like the X-ray tag in doujins. But for some reason, the X-ray part in this game just looks really weird, and I always get grossed out by them. But the scenes without them are totally fine though. Those BJ scenes are absolute cinema for me. However, there's a heads up that I need to give you guys beforehand. Our man Pro Tag here is somewhat of an ugly bastard, and his appearance might cause some discomfort for some people.
Brother, what's that?
But with all things considered, Fuda might be a little unattractive, but he's not a bastard. In fact, other than his perverse side, I think he's actually quite a nice guy. Although it's weird seeing how almost every girl is fawning over him without any meaningful prior interaction other than banging for once or twice. And also he's like the god of sex for some reason. He's so good at sex that he even has a harem by the end of the game. I guess he just got that mad wrist, huh? I wanna kill myself. All in all, the hentai scenes are great. It might not be for everyone, but it's still the strongest aspect of this game. About the plot of
Yarisatema Subuta Pump and Dump.
I don't want to spoil everything for you guys, so I'll just tell you whether it's good or not. And I'll say the story of this game is surprisingly good. The mysteries of the world and Chikebu itself is very intriguing, and it was such a fun ride until the very end. Every character is likable or interesting in their own way, especially the two main girls, Hikari and Leo. One is a tsundere childhood friend who used to bully Futa, but it just turns out she's looking out for him in her own way. And one is a tomboy childhood friend who is just a nice girl. Not to mention there are always star trainers as well, who are just as interesting as the main girls. Honestly, I think the plot is the second strongest thing this game has, besides hentai. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected, and there are ones that get bored by the story. Other than the champion tournament fights, it's so dragged out that I didn't even pay attention to it at all. Almost at the end of the game, Fuda will enter a Yarimon tournament and battle to become the champion. However, the game also shows you the battles of the other trainers as well, and I'm really sorry for not being able to fully invest in these battles. It's not like it's bad or anything, but it's just so dragged out and long, which is such a shame because I probably just skipped over some character development and shit, and I couldn't help but wonder, wait, is that Quem? While traversing down to the next town, you'll find the road is blocked off and you need to take a different route into the cave. Inside the cave, you can come across two people seemingly investigating something. An energetic girl with short pink hair and a composed girl with a cute hat. They surely look awfully similar to the protagonists of the last game I reviewed, Ruin Seeker. Maybe it's just some random NPCs cosplaying as them and... no, they're just Quem-wise. At first, I thought it was just some funny reference by the devs, as the programmer of this game is also the one who made Ruin Seeker. But nope, they actually have quite a tangible role in this game, and even helped us to get to the final boss at the end of the game. I swear to God, I did not plan this out at all, okay? I didn't make a video about Ruin Seeker just so I can talk about it in this video. It is a total coincidence, and I'm just as shocked the first time I encountered these two. But that doesn't just end there. Both of them actually have their own respective sex scenes as well, which is kind of weird, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Quem's scene is really meta, and the devs even show their game in it. Weiss' scenes, however, is very sad. As someone who really wanted some scenes with Weiss in Ruin Seeker, finally getting one is like a dream come true to me. The funny thing is, Fuda actually questions Weiss, what didn't she have seen in Ruin Seekers, which is hilarious. Anyway, funny Ruin Seeker girls in the game. Please go watch my last video.
やり捨てメス豚パンプ&ダンプ
It's a really good hentai game with incredible quality and quantity of scenes. Yes, it may be just a Pokemon game with sex, but god damn were they good at it. I'm honestly surprised Nintendo didn't give them a DMCA for how similar this game is to Pokemon. But overall, I still had tons of fun with this game, and I highly recommend trying it out. In conclusion, I'll give Yarisute Meisubuta Pump and Dump. Hopefully this is the last time I'll ever say this name again. An impressive 9 out of 10. Just a very well made game with an abundance of cast of characters. By the way, did you know that in terms of male human and female Yarimon breeding, Shikepu is the most compatible Yarimon for humans? Not only are they